Al Graham for the Gay Pixie Radio, the only nuclear-powered radio station on God's green earth, and the Coronado Clarion, a local magazine that covers everything, including this exciting project. There's the man behind it.
How you doing?
Tell me all about you.
My name's Leon. I live in Imperial Beach. People call me Farmer Leon. And so I have chickens and ducks, and I'm an environmentalist that lives right on the estuary. And so today what I'm doing is trying to inform people about the sewage off Imperial Beach. And the thing that people don't know is that under the new EPA plan, they won't reduce the sewage, they'll actually raise it by 300%. And it's really a bad plan because we're going to spend all those hundreds of millions and it's really not going to solve the problem for us or restore the Tijuana River Valley. So, I just want to inform people, educate people, because once you know, it's obvious what we need to do.
So, Newsom, what could he do right now?
Newsom could basically call up the EPA and tell them to redesign the USMCA plan and put it back to where basically that the 300 million would be spent on keeping the sewage at all possible in Mexico and building their infrastructure like was originally thought of with the 300 million, so that we keep the sewage in Mexico instead of bringing it to the United States.
What do you think is stopping this from happening?
Basically, there are political powers in Mexico that have influenced United States politicians, and the politicians just don't know the engineering behind what's going on. Anybody, the people here today at this protest, almost everyone I talk to, 90% of them, when they hear what's wrong with that plan and what the alternate plan would be, they are convinced that the alternate plan, which was developed by local citizens in Imperial Beach, is that basically it would be the least cost and the most environmentally balanced that would be able to clean our beach once and for all. No more sewage, and also give us an important resource, which is basically about $180 million a year of income from the water that we would recycle.
Wow. Tell me this. It's not Democrat, it's not Republican, it's politicians. Each generation of them doesn't do a thing. How many decades have I been down here?
Yeah,
how many times have you?
You're right. You know, I'm just unfortunate that I read technical manuals. And so if you read the technical manual, which is about 700 pages, called the Arcadis Report that was developed in 2017, it basically went into Mexico and looked at every piece of equipment and came out with a budget to fix everything. And that budget was 300 million. And it's the budget that they now have. Basically, when the plan came out, which was SB 507, they basically did a report. It was about this thick, and it was very poorly written. But it is the report that the California state government is pushing, and it's really, if you look at it line by line, item by item, it's a bad solution. It's going to make the environment worse.
My resources are a magazine that's read worldwide. I have an Apple podcast that goes worldwide. I have a radio station. All of my media is at your disposal. I will not stop now. Now that I saw the kids, I'd given up on the kids. I thought they were all into their phones. They care about our environment too, don't they?
Yeah, the young people are the ones that have the future, and it's good to educate them in sound environmental practices. And they're going to face the challenges we have, and the technology that we would use to do this is almost 80 years old. It was developed in Australia, and this is off-the-shelf technology, and they just turned on a plant in Orange County that would solve this problem. And the young people, when you show them how this plant would work, they're almost, like I said, 90% for the plan.
Well, I'm never giving up on this now. I guarantee you, I'm 80, but my doctor told me I only have 50 more years left to live. I'm never giving up, and you and I will never not know each other now.
All right.
And we'll do a lot of media.
Okay, you come down to the Imperial Beach, you come visit my garden, and you're gonna walk away with a great video.
How about this? On weekends, I go down there and spend 6 hours with my friend who has horses. And when I drive away, I smell it, and I want to.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, that's a kind of a different point. There's the sewage they're dumping off in the ocean, and then the sewage that they're allowing to stand in the valley, which it used to not be that way.
Sewage and sewage.
Well, it's different because they're letting the sewage sit in standing ponds around Hollister and in the valley. Because there was a policy developed in the covered wagon stages of environmentalism. Most people basically would if they would listen to what's now known about river management. That is so old-fashioned, and I'll tell you why. The only people that can build dams are beavers, because beavers, they build the dam, the dam fills with sediment, becomes a meadow. But sometime in the future, within 5 to 10 years, a storm comes and blows it all out, and it comes back to a river. And that's the cycle of rivers.
Now listen, go ahead. We have the greatest engineers in the world for anything you want to tell to, including sewage. Why are we letting their engineers tell us?
Well, you know, if I could tell you that I've read their engineering work, I have read the Arcadis report, but the current thinking that's in the county and state government is actually more politics than science. And they just can't admit that their policy that they started in the covered wagon, you know, they didn't know, but they can't reverse from it. They're just stuck.
Listen to this. I'm making a commitment to you, and I know you've made it back to me, that we're going to continue this, aren't we?
Yes.
In every media and every chance we get. We're not going to let it just slide away anymore.
No.
From now on.
Well, especially now. Now is T, because the money is here. California is sitting on $48 billion of infrastructure spending. They're building a $3 billion border crossing, and they can't spend $1 billion to solve this problem. A problem that basically is unique to Imperial Beach and Coronado. It's not affecting anyone else except us.
It slides up to La Jolla a bit, doesn't it?
Very rarely.
Oh yeah, but it goes up there that far.
Well, I don't know. I haven't seen that science.
All right. Well, look, I want to thank you for. I'm really happy to meet you. I had no idea that there was somebody so vociferous behind it. I thought it was disparate, a bunch of disparate groups. You've done something here today, wonderful, and I'm going to keep it up, and we will.
Okay, come visit me down in Imperial Beach.
All right. Now I've got all your info here.
Yep.
I'll call you and I'll make an appointment. I'll be down this weekend. How's that?
Mighty fine.
All right.
See you
God
then.
bless you, son. Lovely to meet you.
And your first name?
Al.
Al, man, what a pleasure.
You're a great
Man, I tell you, I love